Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, August 28th, 2019. It is also National Red Wine Day, National Cherry Turnover Day, National Bow Tie Day, National Power Rangers Day, and National Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day. I'm not too sure what that is right now, but I'll be Googling it a little later. Anyway, so I actually pulled some information regarding red wine this morning. I pulled 12 facts that I personally found interesting, and I'll be sharing them with you. Perhaps you will find it interesting as well. So here we go. According to the article, it says that drinking red wine in small doses is actually better for you than not drinking it at all. It states that antioxidants that are found in red wine is found to lower the incidences of cardiovascular related diseases, mortality, and type 2 diabetes. Now, that strikes a chord with me. I am an insurance broker. What that means, I'm an insurance broker for life and health. What that means is I represent many insurance companies, and I certify to sell. With the health plans every year. Life insurance is a little different, but pretty much I represent many companies, and I'm able to provide the beneficiary with options, and so it's more convenient for an individual, right? I'm not just a salesperson representing one company, one product, trying to push a product down your throat. It's really a matter of convenience, and I am your advocate, and I'm pretty much here to help the beneficiary, right? Which then becomes my client if I sign them up. But with that being said, this actually correlates to one another. So cardiovascular disease, mortality, and type 2 diabetes. And how that correlates to one another is that, first of all, with health insurance, I actually specialize in senior products, such as Medicare Advantage plans and Medicare supplement plans. So pretty much these are for seniors 65 and older, or individuals who qualify for Medicare under the basis of a disability. However, let's just say, you're aging in to Medicare. That's 65 as of 2019, right? 2019, 2020. So let's say you're aging in and you have some sort of cardiovascular related disease or type 2 diabetes. According to Medicare, it's considered a chronic condition. What a chronic condition is pretty much a higher risk. The insurance companies look at you like they're going to be spending more money on you as far as with health insurance than a person who does not have the diabetes or any kind of cardiovascular disease, because tied into this, there's medications, there are procedures, and so on and so forth. And so with that being said, chronic conditions is a person who is a higher risk, a level of higher risk for pretty much poor health. Right? So if you're at a higher risk, the insurance companies look at you like, okay, the mortality table has then shortened, right? As opposed to a person who doesn't have diabetes, let's say, or doesn't have some sort of cardiovascular issue or disease. So for a person who doesn't have these type of health conditions, insurance companies look at the individual as though they're going to live longer. And that's how it kind of correlates into life insurance as well, is that you see the mortality table increase. So this article is interesting to me because it's saying that over the course of your lifetime, if you consume in moderation red wine, it's actually going to lower the incidence of some sort of cardiovascular related disease or diabetes or something like that. It's not 100% proof, but just some sort of aid, right? Some sort of kind of thing along the way that's going to help you be healthy whenever as you age, is very important. So I find that very interesting because, let's say, type 2 diabetes, like people could die from that. I'm just being 100% honest. Anything cardiovascular that's heart related, diabetes, it's serious. You could just die if you do not regulate that and are really like on top of your healthcare. So, so if you take care of that, then, your mortality table increases, which means you live longer as opposed to a person who doesn't. It's not 100%, but, for most cases, think about it. A person who has, some sort of cardiovascular issue versus a person who doesn't. Who do you consider more healthy or healthier? Who do you think is going to live longer? And that's just being completely frank about it. So that's what it is. All right, moving forward. Red wine health benefits come from the tannins, right? Some red wines are better for you than others. That's what it says. Young red wines are better for you than old red wines. I did not know that. I thought that the older, the wine is, that it's better for you, or, it's better quality. That was my understanding. But according to this, as far as your health, I'm not sure as far as like alcoholic, like how you feel, whatever the case is. I'm not a wine connoisseur. However, it says young red wines are better for you than old red wines. So there you go. The color in red wine comes from the grape skin. So that's cool. The color in wine comes from a plant pigment called anthocyanin, which is found in the skins of red grapes. As red wines age, they become lighter in color. That's interesting. I did not know that. I thought they maintained the same color. I had no idea. Nearly all red grapes are made from one species of grape. I thought that was really cool because, I didn't know there were different species of grapes and so on and so forth. So this says that all of the most common red wines, including Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, never heard of that, Merlot, and Pinot Noir, heard of those, are just one species of grape, Vitis vinifera. They are certainly other species used for wine. There are 65 to 70 Vitis species, but they are very rarely used for wine. Vitis vinifera is commonly considered the wine grape species. So pretty much like all the red wines is derived from this species of grape. This Vitis vinifera, it did not originate in France. It came from Eastern Europe. So that's pretty interesting, right? I thought it was. Red grapes are older than white wine grapes. I had no idea. Red wines commonly contain less sulfites than white wines. I heard of that before. Red wines age longer than white wines. I had no idea. I thought it was just they age, and the older it is, the better it is. But apparently, I don't know. I have a lot to learn about wine. Red wine grapes can be made into white wine. I had no idea. Red wine turns into white wine, but after reading this article, since red wine gets lighter as it ages, then it kind of makes sense. It says, because the color comes from grape skins and not the juice, it's possible to make a white wine out of red grapes. The wine is made like white wine without contact with the grape skins. This happens more than you might imagine. So it's saying you think you're drinking white wine, but it's really a red wine, or it's a red grape, right? So that's interesting. For example, a Blanc de Noir Champagne is a white sparkling wine made with Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier. It's probably a French word or something. Red grapes. I'll have to look it up. I probably just botched the pronunciation of that, but that's what it says. Hundreds of aromas found in red wine come from just grapes. So it says all those aromas of cherries, berries, and oak and herbs, found in a glass of red wine are derived from nothing more than fermented grapes and the aging wine in oak barrels. I had no idea. I taste the wine, I taste berry, I taste notes of different berries and cherries and, herbal notes and so on and so forth, vanillas and spices and here and there and everywhere. And according to this article, it's saying that it all comes from a grape. I had no idea. I thought they actually took like a blackberry or a cherry and they intertwined the flavor, but apparently not. So there you go. 12 facts about red wine. I found them interesting. What do you find? Anyway, With that being said, have a wonderful day. May your day be safe. If you decide to drink today, make sure you don't drink and drive. If you get drunk, make sure you call an Uber, or, you call somebody to pick you up, someone who's not drunk. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, au revoir.